Hello. Sorry, it took me a little longer than usual. I thought I had forgotten my phone. I thought my phone wouldn't. Oh man, that was scary. I don't know. I like to have my phone on in case things happen. So. Oh man, that was painful. So today we will be drawing some backgrounds, and hopefully I don't completely fail at this. Oh man. And oh, by the way, I'm leaving you. Thank you. Thank you, Lexemi. Yeah, so we'll be doing backgrounds today. There's also no riddle today. Because next stream will just be, well, I'll do another art stream because I missed Friday. Friday was a bit of a mess, so but things worked out. So yeah, no riddle today, but there'll be a riddle next week, and you guys will get to choose out of two options that day. And I'll tell you what they are as I draw. Let me open up. Yes. Let me quickly go to my Procreate scene. Okay, here we are. And I have the ref up at the top. It's a little tiny, but I wanted people to see the artwork more, so price to pay. Yeah, so for this one, oh, maybe I should have, well, it's too late now. I'll be doing the Sorry Sky first. I think it'll be an easier background to do for me. References, thank you. Thank you, Luxemi, thank you. I just wanted to, like, do real photos, because if I do other artist photos, I feel like I'm gonna get confused. So I chose real references for this one. It'll just be Shu in a hoodie, looking at the sky, so... Oh, just so you know, I can't say love, I have plans tonight. No worries, no worries. Don't worry about it. You know, I'm glad you stopped by so I could see you. Yeah, I'm really happy you stopped by. Oh, by the way, oh, keep your computer on to lurk you. Thank you, thank you. All the support is needed. Thank you. I don't know if there are any lurkers in chat. Oh, I thought I would have my mic silent today, but I guess I keep forgetting. Let me turn that off. My bad. So, yeah, we'll just be doing some simple backgrounds. I may talk for a little bit. I don't know how silent I'll be, but you will see how this goes. And then after stream's done, I'll talk about next art stream. I think we'll do a poll for next stream too, even though there's no riddle today. And then I'll talk about next time's riddle, so I'll be able to explain the riddles a little bit more. Let me... Oh, that's the other thing I forgot. Music. Music. Scuff stream today as well. Alright, let's do this. Oh, I should not start out with Shu. I need to work on a background landscapes and interior rooms. Yeah, no, interior rooms, I feel like I'm okay with interior rooms. Landscapes are okay if they're like, what is it? If they're like, trees and grass. I can do parks pretty well. And then after that, it's like buildings and cityscapes? Nah. No. Alright, we'll start this easy. It's okay. It takes time. Alright, how do I want to do this? It takes time, like Sevi. Oh man, I mean, the one thing that I think that helps for like that sort of background stuff is really just like perspective. I think perspective goes a long way, especially in cityscapes. So, I mean, your portraits are still good though, so it's not like, oh, I know what I'll do. I'll do a path. It's not like, you know, you can't draw anything. Like, I think a lot of people have specialties when they, like, first start out and then they start branching out. Cityscapes are so pretty. Yeah, they are, I can't do them. It's the one thing I can't do. Beach, I actually haven't done a beach scene yet. I've done water, but I've never done a beach scene yet. So I should do a beach scene. I know I need to do a beach scene, because projects I have will include beach scenes. You know, let me turn on the perspective tool before I forget. Okay, drawing guide, perspective. Perfect. I want the bird's eye view. Done. And I don't want this to be a straight line. Oh, if you ever meet her, don't say, oh yeah. Oh, Carrot. Yeah, Carrot. Sorry, I read the last one before I read the first one. Yeah, she's really good at art. Like, I've seen her art. Like, don't let her say she's not, because she is. Yeah, no, she's great. Like, I would love to, like, just chat with her on stream at some point. You know, even though I'm not, like, studying art at school, like, I'd like to, like, chat her up, be like, hey, so how the heck do you do X, Y, and Z? Because the last illustration I remember her posting was, like, the Get Out one. And, I'm like, wow, that's too much for me. Oh, man, how do you do that? Yeah, that one was super good. Actually, I forget how you spell it. I don't know how much she streams anymore, but Carrot does stream as well. I don't remember what her username is at all. I know it might be my recommended channels. Maybe I'll post a link. How do I? Is this the same one? That's too far. This is Carrot Cuboid. Yeah, let me shout her out really fast. Yeah, she is like super duper good at art. I know I'm following her, but yeah, she is like super duper good at art. Like, just let me see. Sorry, I can't see chat right now. Oh, here we go. Cuboid Carrot. Cuboid Carrot. Alright, yeah, so go give her a follow. Alright, let me figure out the last ones. Yeah, it's like Cuboid Carrot. She just moved, so I think she's gonna be busy getting settled. Gotcha, she's moving. Okay, give her some follows in the meantime. So she has people when she returns to streaming that'll stream with her. So, yeah, give her some love. Excellent art. Cool art, honestly. Oh man, how does one time? Oh, it's time for me to depart. Bye, Alexa. Me, thank you for watching. I hope to see you tomorrow. Yeah, I hope this ends up going well. I'm hoping to do 2. Yes, I know. I haven't posted stuff on stream to Instagram, so I will do that. I will manage the feed so I make sure everything's posted. I post things more automatically than I do like right away, so I will configure it so that those post next. So oh man. Let me see here. Hello, Roasted Cashew. How are you doing? It is good to see you again. How has your day been? I am just drawing backgrounds at the moment. Feel free to lurk if you're busy, but otherwise I can talk as well. I am currently trying to draw more of a starry sky. Actually, you know, this vanishing point should be lower, because we're gonna want the entire sky. I just realized I'm just drawing the street. Did that go back up? Oh, Splash Mountain! Oh wait, are they changing it? Is that before they change it to the new ride? That's awesome though, you went to Splash Mountain. Oh man, Splash Mountain is a great ride, but like, oh, sorry. Yeah, they are. Oh yeah, they're changing it. They're changing it to like something Princess Tiana themed, I heard. as far as I know. So, I mean, I don't know if that's a win or a loss, but I still, like, you know, it's gonna be a bummer when my parents try to go, when our family tries to go again, because my family loves Splash Mountain. Yeah, so the Princess and the Frog related. Yeah, I know it's like Bayou Blues or something around that is what I know. But my family loves Splash Mountain, so that's gonna be quite the loss. Oh man, that and like I don't personally like it. Like I don't like heights, but I know that ride is great in general. So I'm just like, oh, it's gone. So even though I don't like it, I feel the pain. I feel the pain. So I completely get it. So like, is Splash Mountain your favorite ride, or is it like oh? Little Rascal! Thank you, Little Rascal, for the lurk. Glad to know you're here. Oh man, is this correct? I feel like it's different. Why is it different? I'll go with this for now. Yeah, I'm driving. Oh geez. Oh my gosh, Little Rascal. I would recommend you not have my stream on and drive at the same time. Please don't do that. You are allowed to leave if you drive. Nah, it's not Magic Kingdom, it's Pirates of the... I don't think I said it was in Magic Kingdom. But Pirates of the Caribbean is a great ride. Sorry, I don't know if I said some slurred words or not. Not leaving, I am leaving on my PC and lurk, so you still get the view. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, Pirates of the Caribbean is also great, but I know it's not in Magic Kingdom. But it's, yeah, Pirates of the Caribbean, my family also loves that ride. For some reason, they like those rides in particular. I don't know what it is about those rides that they like so much. But yeah, it's always really interesting to how dark it is, and like every time you get on there, it's like a mini roller coaster, but it is considered a dark ride. So like my family just loves it. They always sing the theme song and everything. So it's always great to like rewrite and be like, all right, here we go again. Round 2. Oh, and I keep forgetting you're from Florida and you're not from California. My mind is like, oh wait. Yeah, they have those in the California one as well, so I wonder if they're changing both of them. I wonder if they're changing both of them, because I don't know if they change it in one place, they end up changing it in the other one. I'm gonna simplify these trees. Yeah, it probably does change in both, now that I'm thinking about it. But, you know, it's still awesome that they're in, like, they have similar locations for both of them. It's probably part of their, like, design plan or something. So, very happy about that. What's your least favorite ride? Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, because I'll share mine really fast for, like, if anyone's ever been to Disneyland, or if you want to go, or like, what's your favorite theme park if anybody else is here lurking? My least favorite, in my opinion, probably is Splash Mountain, but also I thought for a while I used to really, really not like what was it? I never had ridden it at that point, but the Haunted Mansion. I did not want to go in there. I refused to go in there. I'm like, nope, I refuse. I'm not going in this ride. This is terrifying. When I was 8 years old, my parents were going to go into the ride, and then what I ended up doing is I ran out before the elevator doors closed. So I sprinted out, and they were like, wait, and because I'd sprinted out the elevator doors, they decided not to go on the ride. I thought it was pretty hilarious, because I found out later on that my dad was also forced to go on Haunted Mansion by his dad. So, so like, 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 like father, like daughter, I guess. But he didn't run out. He was forced to be in there, and they ended up liking it. So it ended up being fun, you know, fun in general. Why am I designing these trees like this? They're in 15 different sizes. This is not what I want. I'll move these back so we can do the starry sky. So it's like a cliff. Sorry, I know I'm only sketching out the first parts. Let me think. What would I do in this scenario? Okay. I'm gonna make this a different color so that when I sketch it, I'll remember what I am doing. I'll bring it closer so y'all can see. So some parts of the sky on the ref are like in different colors. So I'll make this one kind of like a purple. No, yellow, because we're contrasting with shoe. So we'll make this part yellow. So I have a bunch of stars here. We'll do yellow here. Maybe we'll do like a really cool like pink stream over here. And then yeah, we can leave that dark. We could have like yellow and then like pink. And then we could do like it's like a blue. There we go. And then for shoe, who will be very easy to draw. Let me quickly. If it'll let me zoom in. Every once in a while my iPad will not let me zoom in on anything. Like the two, it just thinks that I'm holding one button and it will not let me do anything. So, lower opacity these. Oh, did I change it back to, okay I did. I thought I put the mic icon as off, my bad. Actually let me turn my voice up a little bit. Let me know if it's hard to hear my voice at all, just cause like, I know I was like super, I know it was super duper loud the last time that I streamed, probably because of the excitement of me streaming Ghost Trick in the first place, but let me know if any point, why is the music off? Let me know if at any point during stream, if my volume, sound, or otherwise is like off, because that doesn't help me at all. This may not be the right perspective I want for this. What do you think about this? So if he's turning around, we have him turned around like this. I am making this like I'm more focused on the background, so we won't draw Shu in his entirety. I would like to make this a finished piece, but I'll do like part 1 of backgrounds probably. Oh, that's right. Shoe's arms are gigantic. Okay, so let me draw them as if they were giganto. And then let's put like the thing here. It's a little bit. It's like holding the backpack. Hopefully it's okay that I'm drawing like VTubers and whatnot. That's why it looks wrong. I figured that like I wasn't entirely sure if I should, but I figured just for clarity's sake, so that I'm not drawing random OCs for this round, I figured that would be easiest. I don't know if it really matters, but I just wanted to draw something practice-wise that it wouldn't include my OCs, because I don't even have half of my OCs like designed or anything. Half of them I'm like, no, more than half I'm like, I have no idea what you look like, and I probably will have to update your looks anyway. So it's very much I have to update them kind of thing. Alright, I'll put you here. I'll do it like this. Now I gotta have to remember how I drew him last time. Because last time was around kind of where I wanted to draw him, but I don't have the sketch reference. I only have the other one. Let me grab it from my Twitter really quickly. So I know I posted it more recently. Okay, there we go. No, dragon mount. Ah, that is way too big. There we go. Alright, so we have shoe how I normally, well, the shading on this one was rough, but the shading on this particular drawing was pretty rough, so not exactly proud of this one. And I forgot details. For example, I forgot Shu has other hair thingies like right here. And I'm like, I didn't include those in the drawing? Really? So, it's another thing I need to keep an eye on when I do this. So he's facing this way. We'll go like this. That looks like it's about to be a problem. Okay. If anybody watches VTubers, you know, in chat, who is your favorite? I found out more recently that I'm more of a shoe stan. It took me a while to figure that out. But the more I watched his streams, the more I was like, oh, I actually really like him more than I thought I did. Because originally I was a Quildren. I was with Ike and others, but it turns out I was a shoe fan all along. I was a minion the whole time. I just find that kind of funny that I had to find that out pretty late, but you know, goes to show. And then Fulgur is also a favorite of mine. I still like Ike though, and I still like Fulgur. It's just I tend to like Shu more. Shu's pretty funny, so I am a person who, if the Oshi is chill, I will find out what they're doing. I will lurk in their streams if possible. The rain is so loud today too. If y'all can hear, it is still raining in my area. Very much a interesting problem. Oh man. Also, I didn't know this. Somebody else mentioned it in their stream, but apparently, California is, like, I wouldn't know because it's just raining where I am, but apparently a typhoon is, like, hit California, and I had no idea, and I'm like, that's what all the rain's for? There's a typhoon happening in our area. Oh, you know what? That would be a good eye style for him. That would be a good idea. Sorry, this is like a recent eye style that I'm still working with. Let me see. Does that match up? Almost. We'll go to down here. So I'm still figuring that out as well. I wonder if my sound is just really low. If you can't understand a thing that I'm saying, please let me know. Maybe it was easier when this was higher up on the volume. My mic is, I had to move it back a little bit, but I'll move it here, so that's easier. I don't want it to be too loud though, so I'm being very precautious about my mic. Okay. This is much different than how I was drawing him before. Oh man. Yeah, that's much different from how I was drawing him before. Something looks off. Hold on. Wrong direction! It's probably because the eye is like slanted. Because everything else actually looks kind of okay except for the eye. So hopefully it doesn't re-slant over to the other side. Oh, nose too. Nose is in a interesting position. Could be like, yeah, it'd be like that. Ah, head is also slanted. I do not like having to do horizontal I don't like flipping my canvas. If I flip my canvas, it's all gonna fall apart. I just do not like flipping my canvas. Why is the head always like this, but never the body? It's weird. It's very weird, chat. Okay, let's see. It's starting to get to the point where I can't see. We will go like this. And then hopefully this solves a majority of our issues. We still have the banana. That still looks okay. I don't think the chin's a problem, but I am going to modify it a little bit. So I'll probably end up doing 2 line art things. Let's flip it back. Oh, that looks much better too. Oh, you know what it is? I'll lower it here. And I put that on the wrong layer too. Great. Alright. It at least looks better. Hate flipping the canvas, but it helps for results. Oh, you know what else? Okay. Let me move you closer. Okay. I'm gonna combine these, and then I'll move you closer, because otherwise we're gonna have issues. Oh my gosh. We have barely started and I'm already having issues. Oh man. Okay, that at least looks better. Maybe this is still, is it still too high? No. Talking and drawing at the same time is difficult. I'm starting to understand that now. As I'm working on it. This eye looks okay, but this eye looks messed up. I don't know why. It looks so bad. Okay, we'll leave that alone for now. I think. I'll do it like one more octave lower. Yeah, I think that'll do it. We'll leave it like that for... Oh, those are gigantic eyelashes. Alright, what I will do first is we're going to need to see everything. So I'm going to take Shu away for a second. Shu will be back. And I'm going to start coloring. You know what, since it's still, maybe the rain stopped. Did it just, it's been very off and on the entire week that I've been like, just existing basically. Go for a base. Base should be pretty dark. Oh. Wrong layer. Okay. Oh man, it's just wrong layer, wrong layer. Alright, now we can see. So we have our base color technically, but I want to still be able to see here. Change that to like a warmer green, probably. Actually, okay, maybe here. Oh, man. One thing that I don't like about the rain, though, is just, like, how it affects, like, how driving is, because, like, when you're on the road, basically, it's, like, I don't know, I get pretty anxious, like, driving. So it's very difficult for me to drive under normal circumstances, let alone in the middle of the rain and all of that. Just because my anxiety is just always up, like no matter what. So when I end up having to to drive, I'm like, alright, seatbelt, get in the car, all of that. I'm a pretty safe driver though, like driving wise I'm not like terrible, but like, you know, it's just harder to drive when you're just anxious about it. And the rain just makes it 15, 20 times worse. One particular day, I'll leave this on here. Do a color. That. One particular day, while I was out, I had to go out to an event, and I was out on the road for a pretty long while. It was like 30 minutes on the road. Okay, maybe not a long while, but long enough. And I'm driving in the rain, and this particular, like, car is, like, kind of, like, they're basically behind me, and I'm like, this seems closer than normal. Why is this car so close to me? Something doesn't quite make sense here. And so, as I'm trying to figure out what's going on, turns out the car was tailgating me the entire time. I'm like, okay, I can barely stop. I'm going 5 below, because 5 below is like what you normally need to like drive and all of that. And, as I'm trying my best to just keep Five Below and do what I can. As things are just looking more and more grim, I'm like, alright, I'm starting to speed up beyond the speed limit. I'm gonna go and try to turn. But when I try to, like, go to a different lane, I'm dumb. Go to a different lane. And when I try to go into that different lane, I end up in a very interesting situation where another car beside me is basically going the exact same speed, and I'm like, you've got to be joking. So basically, one car behind me trying to egg me on to go faster, and the other car is like next to me going about the same speed. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna slowly slow down because it's the only way I can fix this. As I'm just like sitting there and just like, oh my gosh, please, please, just let me go slower. I'll do anything. The other car, I guess, was fed up with me, and so they end up going away. They're like, nah, we're not gonna deal with this chick anymore. And so they end up going into the other lane and speeding up. And I was like, I breathed in a sigh of relief, and I'm not the type to normally road rage or anything like that. I normally don't. Normally, sometimes I'm like, oh, my bad, sorry, or like, whatever. Or normally I like kind of keep it to myself. But this guy was like, screw you. Screw you. I'm done with you. I never want to see you ever again. It was bad. I do not like people who go too fast in dangerous conditions. It makes me very nervous. So, yeah. I think I'm getting the hang of this. This is a singular tree. I feel like it should... This is a very abnormal tree. I probably should not have done it like this. Let me quickly do that too. I don't think any trees will be in front of Shu, so I think I'll just keep it like this. Very difficult to figure out what I'm doing. Let's see. I don't know. Trees ended up being pretty easy for me to draw. When I was first starting out being an artiste, one thing that I thought was interesting was just like how much, like, I don't think my lines are very straight or anything. I feel like my lines do a lot of weird turns and whatnot and weird shapes. So it ends up working out with my lines pretty well. In my opinion, again. So I'm never normally afraid to be like, oh, I'll just draw the tree myself. I will just draw the tree, I don't care. And my tree design has always been interesting since then, but my lines are never really normally that... Why am I... Okay, hold on. Just color drop this. What am I doing? What am I doing? Ah! Alright, that's 2 trees out of... Who knows? I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna like map out kind of where the branches might be. Or like have an idea of what branches are gonna go out of here. And I'll draw like another like tree back here. We will shade that later. We will shade that later. this one will go behind as well. I just realized I'm totally not doing perspectives on these trees. I think it only really matters for the path. So I'm gonna stick with... I will stick with doing it for the path. But I'll try to match it up as I do more trees. This shouldn't take too long. One thing, I hope it's not... maybe it's abnormal now that I'm seeing it, but like... I do not like to take a while with my art piece. I'm like, I want them done immediately. And I think it's been that way for a while. Especially if I'm not like trying or anything. For example, this is just a practice piece. I'm not too worried about it looking like the most artistful or whatnot. So I tend to not worry about pieces that I'm like, oh, I need this to be like absolutely perfect. For example, the little reference up here, up in the corner, I was very much perfecting that one. Very much a perfection piece. And I had to crop out things, and then watermarks got cropped out at some point, but ended up looking horrible anyway, so it doesn't matter. And the background for this is literally the Ace Attorney background, but I just redrew it. So that they're in there like that. So, you know, when I'm taking my time, I'm like, okay, I can make this look decent. When I'm not taking my time, I'm like, oh, whatever, this is gonna look horrible, and I don't care. I don't care whatsoever. Oh, man. Oh, I should actually just... it'll be touching the trail, so I'm gonna shorten it. I figured doing this background would be easier because trees and trails and whatnot, I've done them before, so it's not gonna be a giant hassle to see them done again. I've got to remember that. Yeah, I'm starting to see a problem already. I'm not gonna color that tree in, hold on. Just so that I remember that there is a there are branches here, because otherwise it's gonna look like one big mess. Okay. Oh nope, this should be up more. Okay. For anybody who is an artist in chat, like, what is your like favorite thing to draw? I do like drawing people, of course. But I like to draw things pretty chibi and like cartoony normally. I normally don't go for the normal anime style everybody tends to go for. Just out of curiosity, if you do not mind. I promised myself I wasn't going to make the trees that tall, and they're that tall. Okay. Alrighty. Maybe my mic is just low and nobody can hear me. Oh wait, that's another branch that's gonna get cropped out. Okay. Music just does not want to autoplay at all. is auto-playing, right? Sound is on. That is unfortunate. Let's refresh this. Scuff. It's all scuff. Okay. Okay, that's how it wants to be today. 'Tis fine. Alright. Let me do something. 'Cause normally I wouldn't, but, okay. 'Cause Stream Elements does not want to be, it just doesn't like me today. So... Okay. Okay. Hopefully that isn't too loud. Oh man. I'm just gonna back this up instead. Because... I'll hide this. You two. You're both. This cannot be. There's a lot going on today. Stream is just scuff. It's all scuff today. Why? It says it's playing on the overlay, but it's not playing at all. It refuses. Interesting that it refuses to do that. Okay. Because, you know, silent streams are boring. And... That's weird. What is that? And then, see if we can't get this to play again. Because for whatever reason, it is just being mean to me. Nope. Let me... Okay, we'll leave it there. Nope. Still nothing. I know that this works. My audio just does not want to capture anything today. What do I do? I've never seen it do this before. This is scuff on a new level that I have not yet conquered. I'll double do the media. Go into settings, autoplay, 100, shuffle. And then that's weird. So, alright, unfortunately, we are going to have to do something completely different that I've never thought about until this moment, because it refuses to do what I want it to right now. I'll move everything. Yeah, we're gonna clear it. No. Not what I wanted either. For some reason, it is stuck on mute. Terrifying. So, music backup doesn't work, this backup doesn't work, everything doesn't work today. So what I'll do instead, we'll do a media source. We're not going to worry about it today. We are just going to have Sherlock playing in the background. For now. Maybe I'll put in a different source every time. So we'll switch it up. I will find out why it is being scuffed later. Audio is scuff, stream is scuff, everything is scuff right now. I was so distracted that I colored this part the wrong color. Perfect job. Alright. Thought I could have this done in an hour. It has been an hour already. This is not going too well. Yeah, it's never done this before, so I have a new problem that I will have to solve. Maybe it would be easier if I just queued everything in myself. And then, yeah, because backup's not doing anything for me right now, so we'll figure that out another time. Do not have time to troubleshoot. I will change it as I go. Sorry for the scuff, everyone. I don't know what's going on today. Like, I'm normally pretty good at solving tech issues, but it's being really nasty to me right now. For no undiscernible reason, so. Because sound won't play, it won't play on here. There's just layers to it. Like, I don't understand what's happening anymore. I will switch out a song for request. It'll take me a little bit to set up, but I will still do a song per request. So, don't do SR, just send me the link and I will figure that out eventually. Eventually. It actually reminds me. Normally I'm one of the 3 IT solvers in my family. You know, the person you always have to call in for computer problems. You're like, okay, hey, because if I don't know, my dad will try, one of my sisters will try, and then I'll try. My poor mom. She is the only person who you would not rely on for IT anything. Just, because she's got an older iPhone. We kind of all have older iPhones, but particularly my mom is very much like, I'm not changing my phone. So after some time, you know, moving to a new phone tends to be pretty stressful for her, because it's just like, why is this gone and why is that doing this? And every once in a while, every single time, she will also lose her device. She'll put it somewhere and she won't know. But it's not like, what's the word? I think we all do that, but I think in my mind it's to a much more insane degree, I guess. In my mind, it is very much a, oh, that's weird. Why doesn't she have her phone? She's been on the desk the entire time she's been at her desk. Where is her phone? She'll normally like just leave her phone in the car, you know, in a place, leave it in her purse, leave it in areas that don't quite make sense. She'll have it on her desk. She's like, I don't know where my phone is. I'm like, it's probably in the same place that you normally put it, because that's where you normally put it. She's a very smart person, just does not like having her phone nearby for some odd, inexplicable reason. Just very much someone who does not like to have her phone nearby. So, I don't know. I got no clue. It's really raining out there. Okay, now I'm gonna do the color for the tree grass. Wait. It's not the same way. It is. Oh well. Clean that up. And then this will go away. We're probably not gonna finish tonight, and all I have are trees. Alright, grab that color. Go here. Where else do I go? I think I'll start like the main brush like up here. Not the most coherent thing that I've done, but I think that would be a good starting point. Now I'm wondering if all my sound is messed up, even though I know my mic is working. Hopefully it's not all messed up, like interestingly badly like messed up or anything like that, so. I think that'll be a good starting point for those trees. Even though I've got like 15 kinds of trees going on. of some openness here. We'll kind of go up. And then I will do things more over here. Sorry if I end up going silent for a little bit. I do not fully know what to talk about, but I think I'll just share a story then if we're all here. What's controlling that? I will figure this out eventually. With all the dumb sound things that are happening today. This is kind of unreal if I'm being honest. Okay. Go to the next one. We'll go like this. I didn't think about the beginning and ends of that tree, but I kinda don't care. We will go maybe up to there. I'll do it here. What was I doing? I keep going back to like the music and all of that, but I don't know what to do. I just wonder why it's not working. Because normally, that would do it. I will just continue as is. I guess I could have one more story I could tell you, but just until I get too silent. I don't want to be too silent while we're here. But I do have another kind of cool rain story. So for anybody who doesn't know, basically we have a lot of family more down south, So what ends up happening is that every so often we end up going down south to see family. It's normally for a giant reunion and whatnot, because particularly my mom's family kind of is down in that area. And one particular time that we did this, we ended up having to, we went to a water park, and we're playing around, getting on water slides, being underneath a giant bucket that spills water on you, just things that you do when you're little. All our cousins were there, we're having a good time. But earlier in that whole week, basically, there was rain and thunder and stuff. And as we're playing around, whatever, there's a storm that passes through. And I figured, oh, the clouds look pretty light, as opposed to the darker they look, the worse it is. But then we start hearing everyone the PA comes on, everyone's like, everyone get under tables. I'm like, what? Why are we getting under tables? What's going on? So, everyone's underneath the table, we're not quite sure. They said the storm's pretty bad, so we were underneath it. We're like, okay, whatever, it's fine. And, as we're going through all of this, there's thunder, there's lightning, and lightning, strikes about, a few feet from where we are, and we're like, no! What's happening? Us California, we're like, no. My mom, who's been through before, she's like, oh, thunderstorm. And all the other cousins that are, have lived down south are like, oh, okay, thunderstorm, whatever, okay. That continues on for a solid 15 minutes. It's all windy, it's, super hard to figure out what's happening. Everyone's just kind of confused and kind of like, oh, wow, it's, so cool. And then we have to leave, and the whole park closes down for the entire day due to this freak thunderstorm or whatever, and we ended up going home. I wasn't necessarily mad about it, but it ended up being clear the entire rest of the day. I was just like, okay, I guess we're closing. Whatevs. Oh man. Now I'm worried that my stream is offline, because I'm surprised that comments have stopped. But I could be completely wrong, if I'm being honest. Okay, maybe not, but, maybe, just in general, I will keep an eye on things until things calm down with my audio. One thing after the other. Okay. This is fine. We'll do that for trees, and then let's keep this moving. Okay. I'm gonna just undo that. And then we'll do this. I have a feeling we're gonna have to continue this next time. Okay. Okay. Doing this for all the trees is gonna be interesting. Okay, what I'll do for these trees is I'll make the back trees a little bit lighter so that we're not, I'll make them a little bit lighter each time so that we're not like overlapping too many of these trees here. So that it actually makes sense, we'll go like, alright, tree 1, tree 2, tree 3, tree 4, and all of that. Okay, can go through this today. What I'll do for the next few minutes is like, I don't mind, like, what's the word? I noticed I talked about the riddles in a little bit more of a sense, because I never realized my default is talking about the weather right now. My default has just been talking about the weather and all of that. But basically, oh no, the riddles are more so, what's the best word for it? I mean, I don't mind explaining the riddles on the stream for a little bit. But the reason that I have the riddles to basically begin with is due to the fact that, like, did I did. Why would I do that? Anyway, basically, the riddles are more so for, what's the best way to explain it? They're more so, just to sort of see, like, How would I explain this in a way that makes sense? Okay. The riddles are more or less so for trying to basically figure out what is it's sort of my way of trying to like keep people engaged with a lot of the story stuff, and it is also a lot of the riddles that I'll give out will be hints towards whatever the next project or the next game will be about. Because I like hiding a lot of things, and I mean a lot of things inside of my content in particular. For example, I had a small, like, I should have made a prize for it, that was probably my fault, but I had a small, like, little lore thing that I thought would be cute to have, and then I'd make a cute little animatic at the end if everybody solved it. It was basically what it was. It's pretty easy to figure out which thing this is. It was for a thing called Solia Paint. That was what it was for. It was very tiny, very small. I just wanted to do it shortly for like a day or so. Not a day, like for a month. I had it up for a month. I had the puzzle and everything. I knew that there was going to be a deadline. Because, you know. And surprisingly, even though I advertised it a bunch to like all over my social medias and all over everything that I could possibly like think of, nobody came. Nobody was there. No one was there. So I ended up being in a situation where nobody did anything. Nobody solved anything. Nobody was helpful towards, or not helpful, but just, I could tell nobody was interested in that sort of content, even though I'd put it out for like a little bit. Like I would kind of be like, oh, here's something cute for you to solve, or oh, I think this would be a good idea to put on social media and whatnot. You know, nobody seemed to really like that content from me, so I ended up having to stop. Like I just was like, okay, whatever, I'm not gonna do this content anymore, or at least puzzle solving, until I know that like everyone is basically ready and I don't have to like worry about anything in particular. So I don't know, I just like doing convoluted stuff when I want to, because that is what is the most fun to me, and maybe not convoluted, but just very intricately woven, careful dialogue and whatnot. Maybe that's just the way most indie devs tend to do it. They're just like, I want to make something gigantic and big, and that doesn't pan out. That was what like the whole Solia error tag is all about on my social media. If you see on my Instagram, actually, let me do that right now. For those of you who don't know my other socials, let me do this. Yeah, so every once in a while on my socials you'll see something kind of interesting, maybe a little cryptic. Sometimes it's just something funny, and other times it's like, what is this? What did you do? How did this happen? So basically, after some time, I, you know, sometimes you'll get a message, sometimes it'll be in, you know, I don't want to spell like anything out because that'll give it away. Sometimes it's just an encrypted message, you know, sometimes it's a weird piece of dialogue, sometimes it's a weird picture. That one picture that I did do where like the artwork was mixed up did not pan out very well, so I ended up just posting the originals anyway. I had like a whole art piece where I like literally physically had to like move the pieces and like move everything and like invert colors. There you go. I had to move pieces and invert colors. There you go. There's there's your answer to the puzzle if you were wondering. I had to do that. So that's the kind of level of what in the world does this girl on that we're kind of dealing with. I'll do the ground next. Yeah, because it is always like that for me. I, for some reason, just have decided to be on a path less trodden. So, yeah, it is very much, I will do everything in my power to make this look nice and pretty as much as possible. So, yeah. A lot of puzzles, a lot of cryptic things, a lot of things underneath it, you know. I at least hope that it's, like, you know, entertaining, and hopefully it's a good, like, you know, I hope that, like, it's good overall, and I hope that, like, it's not a giant hassle for anybody to do, you know, to solve. Because some of them I hope they're pretty simple. You know, some of my little things, they're pretty simple to solve, in my opinion, I think. I could be completely wrong, though, and I have to dumb everything down. Oh, one thing. I guess this is more so for my games than for anything else. A lot of my games in particular will have, like, I guess they'll be more, what's the word? You know, I feel like my, my game mechanic, I guess, would be, like, solving lore. Like, that would be the main game mechanic. It would be solving the lore. Solving the lore is the biggest thing, in general, for most of my games, the majority of my games, I think. So you have to solve, okay, like, for example, if you're a girl whose, teacher was, went missing, you have to figure out, okay, why did they go missing? You know, very simple, and, overall, like, I think that sort of stuff is, like, just, you know, just cool in general. You know, I like solving things, and I like, doing things that are a little, you know, not as simple. I like doing things that are not as simple, so it's just, it helps out a lot when I don't have to do things that are not as simple. Let me see here. Did I cover trees? I shouldn't have covered trees with that. Okay. I covered trees by accident. Whoops. I don't know what on these other layers. Are these all drafts? Okay. Alrighty then. Yeah, so overall, like, a lot of lore solving stuff, some puzzles, questioning people and whatnot. A lot of questioning people, actually. A ton. So, yeah, a lot of questioning people, a lot of thinking about how things are done. You know, very, very, like, I like to keep my things pretty interactive. Hopefully that's fine. For some of us, you know, that's the sort of stuff that I like to do. I'm gonna start leaning more into that the more we get into, streams and whatnot. But I ultimately, like, hope that, like, you know, it's a good experience for everyone. I hope that, like, my games bring out that, like, experience, like, factor. Like, it's a good overall game. You should play it at least once, you know. That's more or less my goal, when it comes to this sort of stuff. It's probably why I like Ace Attorney so much, but, it's just a goal of mine to try to be as cool about it as I possibly can be, 'cause if I don't, like, do it carefully, I might end up spoiling stuff in general. So next time's riddle, for next time, the answer will be given, here's what I'll do. I'll have the answer be given, as I do it, because I think next time's riddle will be will be for Genevieve, because Genevieve's the current game. Even though, like, you know, Light Palm Projects is still there, I would still like to do, something related to Genevieve, because I gave out the name for the game. Dang it! I wasn't supposed to do that. Scuff stream. So, funny story. I wasn't actually supposed to give out the name for the game, but I did so anyway. It was supposed to be a surprise. Whole stream of Scuff. Yeah, so Genevieve is actually the name for Home Sweet Home. We'll be coding that next Saturday, because I'm coding something else in the meantime. But overall, you know, next one will be for Genevieve. I'll kind of give the base lore for the game, but next time it'll be on screen. So y'all can see that when we do that next time. Alright, I think I'm ready to do the grass. We'll do it like this. Yeah, so overall, the, rules will be based on whatever game it is, or, maybe slowly light pollen, because that is stuff that I like to do. I like to be as cryptic as I possibly can. This is not the right brush. I'll use this one. Okay. We'll put some grass in here. Do some... I don't know, I like using this for the grass. Anyway, yeah, we will figure that out. Yeah, light pollen if I feel like it. If not, you know, whatever. Y'all are allowed to ask me any questions on light pollen, because I figured out the timeline. Like, I know the timeline, I know characters will go in certain areas for sure, but in terms of more concreteness, I have not figured that out. So overall, I can't tell you too much. I can give you hints to, like, what's going on, and all of that, if anybody who has been watching the Light Pollen Project has seen it. But overall, you know, I will give away as much as I want to. Slowly but surely. Slowly but surely, so, you know. If anybody is a fan of Light Pollen, I'd be surprised if there were, because I don't post about it as much as I should. But you know, prove me wrong. I'd be surprised if there's anybody who's actively been searching out the clues this whole time, so. Oh, let me do this. So it should be open. Yeah, that's just for more info on that. For those of you who have no idea what I'm talking about, it is a older project. It'll probably take forever to do, but I still want to start the building blocks for that giant project. Oh, one thing I will say though, yes, Lloyd and his gang are technically based off of Freddy and Bendy, however, like, what's the word? Is it a typical story about or the typical story about things going horribly wrong in children's media? Yes and no. Yes and no. I'll put it this way. There's a TikTok that on my Instagram is extremely popular. It's the one of Miku. It's technically a TikTok trend. I accidentally moved it from TikTok to Instagram for some strange reason. But one thing that I do want to keep in mind, is that for that particular da da da. The way I did Miku is if she was in the Light Pollen Project, and the way I did Miku, is if, more specifically, if she were, like a guest star in like, Starlight Melody. Like if she were like, you know, because Miku's technically a fictional character. So I figured, you know, oh, if she was a guest star in Melody, what would she be? But also, when you go to the second thing, you're noticing there are going to be some weird white outlines. I haven't quite figured out how to do this yet, but those weird white outlines, you know, they're going to be particularly important, you know. The fact that the outlines are white means something a little more than what it might mean on the outset. Giving away all sorts of clues today. So, you know, you can look at that as many times as you like to figure out what the heck's happening in that. But keep in mind, it was a TV show, Starlight Melody. It was a TV show. So, I would strongly advise to keep the white outlines in mind once I start coding things for that too. So, I don't know if it'll be one of the 2 games that'll get done this year, that I want to get done for my New Year's resolution, but it'll be something that you should keep an eye on. Wink wink hint hint. Yeah, not what I intended to do today, but yeah, a lot of hints today, but they're all good hints. They all mean well and good things and whatnot. Yeah, so just keep an eye out for light pollen, because sometimes you never know. I might post something. This includes with the new game too. I might post some cryptic stuff as time passes, the closer we get towards Genevieve's deadline. Or like, I guess whenever June is. The closer we get to Genevieve's June deadline, the better. So, you know, just keep a general eye out for all of that stuff. This probably is a good idea for the grass. Doing good on time. I'll just do the same for the trees that are in the grass. I kind of don't mind. This is a practice piece, so I'm really hoping the stream isn't as scuff as I think it is. I'm really hoping. I mean, I'm trying to talk loud and all that, but, you know. What else am I missing? This isn't looking... It's not too bad so far. This is a short tree. I could do one more story before I have to, like, get out of here. What could I tell you about? I'm still very much on weather today. I'll give you all one more freak weather story. Something fun facts about California and whatnot. One thing that I think is interesting is that every so often, I don't know how often it ends up being, but every so often, it will hail a little bit in California. That is right. That is correct. I said hail. Good luck with that one. So, when it hails in California, it's pretty, it's no, it's small. Obviously, it's small. But it's like a freak storm every time that it happens. Every single time. So, the first time it ever happened, me and my little brother, we did soccer. And we had 2 games at the same time that particular day. And we did it. So, I went to my game and he went to his. And, we go down, we go to the field, things are looking pretty rainy. Coach isn't sure if they're gonna, like, do anything that day. And all of a sudden we get, okay, everybody underneath this small little baseball thing. So we all run to underneath this baseball. I don't know what it is. It's like where the players sit for, like, their, like, what's it called? Oh my gosh. It's where the players sit down when they're, like, not in-game. I have no idea what that's called. I am not a sports person. Don't kill me. So, we get underneath this thing. We're not quite sure what's happening. We start seeing those little things kind of raining down. We're like, what's that? But there's also lightning happening. So lightning is happening. There's lightning and thunder. We get underneath this little thing, and we start seeing these little things. And we're like these little white balls. We're like, what are these things? And it dawns on us. We're like, is that hail? It just never, hail is such a freak thing in California. It just doesn't, it normally never snows, like, where we are, but there was hail. So we're like, what the heck? And then later we ended up, because lightning wasn't too close to us, we ended up just kicking soccer balls while the hail was going down underneath an umbrella. Just kids being stupid, whatever. I ended up going along with it, even though I'm not normally this dumb, but I just thought it was fun. Meanwhile, my poor brother, oh, I'll never forget it. My poor brother, he ends up in a very interesting situation. They're underneath the lunch tables in that area, wherever park they're at. They're trying to figure out, oh, what's going on? What do we do? What's happening? And lightning strikes one of the light poles as they're trying to figure this all out. The poor kids are all screaming underneath. From my brother's perspective, meanwhile, I'm having a blast shooting soccer balls underneath the thing. My poor brother. My poor brother. I felt for him. I was like, ooh, that's a yikes. I felt so bad. But that was the first time. The last time it ended up happening, I was taking my sister to a small event, and I was on the verge of driving her. She actually had 2 events to go to, and I was going to take her to the first event, and that was also happened to be soccer. The soccer event, I'm driving her down there, it's raining, I'm like, okay, well, whatever, rain, it's not that bad. No one's nearby, by the way, so I'm a little more calm. And then I start seeing the beginnings of hail, and I'm like, no. I'm like, nope. I don't know what weather conditions are going to be like. This is kind of, I've never driven in hail, so that is another problem. So I'm like, and, I figured, okay, and I call Mom, I'm like, hey, I don't think we're gonna, I don't know about taking her to soccer, it's hailing and whatnot, should we go back? She's like, oh, just take her to the other activity that she's supposed to go to, because it's, like, back-to-back. So, I start taking her to the other activity, I go 15, because I'm just like, what, I don't care. This is hail. Snow rules, 15. I'm doing 15. So as I'm driving her over, you know, everything's fine on the drive over, and I drop her off. I'm like, okay, mom's gonna pick you up, because nope, I'm not going back for you, I'm sorry. Plus, she'll be free. So, so I drive back. I know where I'm not the type to abandon my sister, oh my gosh. So, so, you know, I go back. I'm thinking, okay, you know, whatever. This is fine. And I'm very glad that, you know, fun fact, I've been to other states before besides, you know, California. But of course, I mean, you know, Alabama was one, but they didn't have, like, freak weather storms like that. I've been to other areas where they've had snow. And as I'm driving, you know, 15, because I'm still, like, kind of like, I don't know, it's still kind of weird because it kind of stopped hailing. Oh, my poor... I don't know who this was. I have no idea to this day what happened that particular day. But as I'm driving down through the dividers, right, I see this car. I don't know what kind of car they are. I have no clue what's happening. You know, as I'm just driving down, there's a car in the divider. You know the dividers where they have like grass in the middle? There's just patches of grass underneath in the middle, you know, whatnot. Whoever this poor soul is, their car ends up nailed into a tree. I'm not kidding you. They've completely rammed into one tree. Like, on the wrong side of the road, too. Like, they're facing my direction, but they're, you know, they've completely gone on the wrong... I guess they've, like, not flipped over, but, like, they rotated. They did a whole rotation. They're in the tree. I don't see anybody in the car, though, but to this day, I'm like, you know, I hope whoever that was, I hope they were okay. Cause that did not look good. To this day, I wonder if the poor soul in that car did fine. But, you know, I could be wrong. They could be living their best life right now. They could be doing who knows what at this current point in time. So, yeah. That is the last weather story you will get for the night. Oh, man. I'm gonna do this all the same, because I'm not quite sure. This actually looks really good so far. I'm actually impressed. I mean, the trees look good, but I mean, that's me and trees. That's how things between me and trees are, normally. Under normal circumstances. Oh, man. Okay. Oh. I think I know what to do. We will separate any possible other trees. So I'll go all the way down this time. Maybe not. And we will separate tree layer. Right there. I'm gonna make that a bit more see-through. Do this too to make it pop through a bit more. So we know this is the second one. There we go, and now I gotta change this. right back for a second. Heard some pretty loud coughing. Went to go check on people that are in the house. So, alright. Yeah, we already colored. Dodge that one. Color dodged. And that was wrong. Okay. We'll go back to coloring. It's probably not how I want to do that. We'll go with this. We will put Chew in here eventually, but for now, do yellow stars. Right, yellow. Let's see. I'll do some of the stars before we end, but I know I have to edit some of the trees here. Go to the steps. I think this brush will be the best way to handle it for now. Yeah, cause see, that looks pretty, huh? That's the start of something really pretty. Okay, like stamp them in, because otherwise it's going to be pretty hard to like tell what's happening. Because this will be a cluster. This will be the yellow ones. Oh, that's right. There's blue there. The pink ones next. Just make this as varied as we possibly can. And put some here. I just realized they're all the same size. That's probably not what I want. We'll put some white ones in between, but I want the blue ones. So it'll be a cluster of blue ones here. And then I'll put some tinier ones and I'll put some bigger ones for the blue ones. I should not have a couple of them in here. Spread out. Oh, I should turn off the editing guide so I can see. This isn't too bad. I need to work on the trail. But I need to add the blue. Keep forgetting to add the blue. Airbrush. I think that'll be a good overall background. I do not mind continuing this piece. Okay. The blue. And then... That's right, for this sky too, I should probably also have some variety in what the heck's happening with the sky. There are some areas that I notice that are really interestingly lighter than others. Okay, this is okay. I think we can end this off here for now. Let me go to the chat scene. I don't know if people are still here or not, so scuff. But it will not be scuff in the poll. What I'm going to do at this current moment, I'm gonna go ahead and start just a small poll, you know. Let's see, do a poll. Okay. Poll should not be too scuff. So I do want to give you guys a chance to vote for this time's what we're gonna be doing. Why is it being weird? Okay. I'm gonna do it via... Okay, there we go. Poll is coming up quickly if y'all are still here. If not, that is fine. I'll figure it out. But let's do polling. Create a poll. Question. Alright, so next stream will also be another art stream. Just really quick. So 2, 2. So I'll just do next art stream. And we'll have a couple of options, just to make things easier. So I'll put here, we'll continue backgrounds. So we'll have that as an option. Another option, I'm making just a little test VTuber model. So we could do that as well. Because I'm still learning how to do that. Another thing I'm thinking about is just 3D art practice. I know that for some reason 3D art is technically under software development, but I think, you know, still 3D. So those are like the big things. And then last one. Oh, you know what? That would be a good one. You know what? I'll leave it up to these 3 for now because I think the other guys I want to keep more under wraps. So let's make the duration 3 minutes, and I just want to make sure y'all are still here. So you have just some 3 general options. I would like to continue the backgrounds, but I don't mind because I need to figure out the VTuber model anyway, so you know, it is what it is. And it should be, it's under, it's the same as last time where it's like over the screen, but it should look much more clean. So use something different this time. Yeah, so I'm making just a little test VTuber model. It's not of myself, it's of another OC. We'll call it an OC right now. It's of another OC, basically, so that, I don't know what I'll be using it for, but it is just basically just a tiny little test. It's a really cute little model. I'm kind of, I've rigged some stuff with it, but nothing too big. And then for the 3D1, basically, I've done 3D art before. I don't touch it very often, but when I do, it's normally for like schoolwork and whatnot, and that's kind of annoying because I don't like to like do stuff just for school, and I'd like to continue my 3D journey so I can merge it with my 2D. So that I have UVs, I can merge the UVs together and it would look like a cool, like, toony little model. So we could do some 3D art practice too with Blender. Normally I use something else, but we'll probably use it with Blender instead. Just to make things simple, you know. Cute little anime models, you know. Some small. So, yep. And then we'll continue backgrounds. We will get Shu into a background, and then we'll do Ike afterwards, because Ike's is gonna be interesting. Poor Ike. And then we're gonna do one with Fulgur. And when I start to like give you what the art piece is, I'll have to like slowly explain it, cause that art piece is gonna be a bit of a doozy. It's something that I'll give you a hint. It's something that I've technically tweeted out in cryptic code. So, you know, it'll be something that'll be fun to do in cryptic code. And if there's no votes, we will just go with continuing backgrounds, just to make things easier for this stream. Okay, it looks like the poll has ended. I don't see anything. So, okay. Stream was very scuffed today. It must have been super scuffed today, so you know, it is what it is. But thank you for all the lurks today, despite all of the scuff. I will see you later, and hopefully things end up being better next time we do this. So, thank y'all so much, and for this video, since there was so much scuff, I'll post it as a VOD. I'll have to edit it out, but I'll post it as a VOD instead, just so we're good with all of that. Alright. Thank you guys. This is KriaXora as usual, and remember to keep an eye out. Bye-bye.